That Senate Working Group on Gun Violence Prevention that we talked about last night. They met twice this week, but they still haven't come to any kind of agreement on what policies they would put forward if there's a special session. And it's been nearly a month since the mass shooting at Annunciation Church that really kind of spawned that session, along with the assassination of the Hortmans. So Danny Spiewak, our political reporter, attended all of the meetings of that group, and he joins us now with his takeaways from it. Hey, Danny.
Hey, Jana, during these discussions this week, it became clear that the DFL legislators, largely from metro areas, just did not see eye to eye with Republican colleagues who were largely from more rural districts. The debate has highlighted a deep cultural divide on the issue of firearms.
I would do anything to save my child's life.
This week, Annunciation Church parents shared their stories with state lawmakers.
This is our family's new reality.
As part of the Senate's Working Group on Gun Violence Prevention.
This must serve as a catalyst for meaningful change.
The Annunciation families made clear that they support the DFL's efforts to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
And if you stand in the way of that, shame on you.
While the testimony visibly moved Republican senators such as Kerry Heintzman,
I can't begin to imagine the pain these families are enduring.
the 5 GOP members of the working group, largely representing Greater Minnesota, voiced opposition to banning assault weapons.
Majority of the emails I've gotten, it's like 100 to 1, if not 200 to 1, not to do this.
The Republican senators say assault weapons bans are ineffective and unconstitutional.
I think there's a lot of fear on firearms because they're not familiar with them.
For those that live in very rural areas, it's that first line of defense before law enforcement can respond. And it's our constitutional right to be able to keep protecting our kids like that.
Meanwhile, the 6 DFL senators on the working group from the Twin Cities Metro and Rochester framed the issue differently.
The problem is the guns.
DFL Senator Zainab Mohammed represents Annunciation Church in her South Minneapolis district.
And so while you make excuses about what's politically right, what the role of the government is, what the role of families and communities are, ask yourself, what will you tell the mother who goes home to her child who has nightmares about what happened?
To be clear, the assault weapons ban faces a difficult path in the divided legislature, even in the DFL-controlled Senate, where a handful of Democrats in swing districts are questionable on supporting a ban.
It's not just the Democrats' job to pass an assault weapons ban.
But DFL Senator Ron Latz is ready to take the vote.
It should be and is an obligation of every member of the legislature to take steps to go after the weapons, not just the people.
This week was kind of a preview of a potential special session, but we're still waiting to see when Governor Walz will call that session. He met with legislative leaders at the Capitol yesterday, but has not set a date yet. Jana.
Danny, I was curious about that because it seems to be, in terms of the Democrats, they would want it to happen fast after that committee, so the Annunciation parents' comments are fresh.
Yeah, and I know I can tell you from legislative leaders coming out of the governor's cabinet room yesterday, they talked about they're still potentially making some progress around the parameters and what could be discussed in a special session, but haven't broken through to the point where the governor's ready to call them back.
Interesting. All right, well, we'll keep asking you to ask the governor about it, Danny. Appreciate it.